AI tools like ChatGPT and Gemini have become a part of nearly everyone's daily workflow, including designers like myself. In today's video, I'll be sharing some use cases on how I use AI to speed up my design process. Let's jump right in. I use AI primarily for copywriting, whether it's proofreading, refining text, or just to come up with some sort of placeholder content. As a non-native English speaker, let alone a trained copywriter, sometimes I struggle to find the right wordings for certain labels, pop-up dialogues, input field placeholders, and so on. You don't really want to present a great design with Lorem Ipsum placeholders. The texts have to make sense, even if it's generic. For everyday tasks, I use ChatGPT or Claude, and when it involves a little bit more research, I use Perplexity, since it is a more research-focused tool. Another use case that I often do is to generate placeholder imageries and visual assets, things that would take me ages to do since I'm no illustrator. Whenever I need something specific, like a, say, 3D illustration of a motorbike or transparent background images of certain medications, AI is a lifesaver. These generated images serve as great visual guides or reference points when later the client brings in an actual illustrator to create these assets. I usually use Canva Pro for this because I've got Canva Pro account, but there are tons of other alternatives, free and paid, such as DALL-E, Microsoft Designer, Ideogram, just to name a few. Sometimes I don't fully understand the context of what I'm being asked to do, or the client brief just isn't clear enough. I'll use AI to give me an overview and try to identify gaps that can or need to be filled in order to provide a better user experience. I usually do this on specific parts of the project which involves something that I'm very unfamiliar with. Recently, I was working on a telehealth project which requires me to get familiar with the medication names and types, the market that we were launching in, and the specific country's pharmaceutical regulations, all of which I knew nothing about. So yeah, AI definitely helps me build context quickly around topics or subjects that I'm not familiar with. Sometimes when I'm working through complex user flows, I'll use AI as a sounding board to stress test my ideas. I'll analyze the problem, sketch out 2 or 3 potential solutions, evaluate the trade-offs. Once I do all that, then I ask AI to poke holes in my thinking or highlight some considerations that I might have missed. It's like having a design critique partner. Obviously, I don't just take the suggestions at face value, but it's very useful for catching blind spots or bringing up perspectives that I might have not considered, which then I can further validate with the client themselves or through more user research. Last but not least, I use AI for rapid initial design iterations and concept explorations, especially on the early stages of the project. The tool that I use is Composo, and they are the sponsor of this video. Composo helps turn your ideas into designs fast. Simply prompt it with plain language, create multiple iterations, and you can even export to code as responsive HTML or CSS. Before I put in my prompt, there's a couple of different menus and settings that you can play around with. You can choose what type of screens do you want to create. You can choose whether you want to create single or multiple screens at a time. They have a couple of preset themes here they can choose from. You can choose either the fast mode, which is a faster model for screen generations, or design max, which is going to yield higher quality designs, but it also uses more processing power, so it's going to be a little bit slower. I'm just going to go with fast mode for now. Paste in my prompt: a fitness class booking mobile app, class browsing screen with filters, and yellow as the brand color. So very plain prompt. Click on generate. You can see as it starts generating the screen in real time. Now once it's done, I can just click on the screen, click on reference, and paste in my next prompt, which is create a class individual page and my bookings page in the same style and color as the home page. So I want to create multiple screens this time and click on generate. Now that I have all my screens ready here, there's a couple of things that I can do with it. So I can just select that. I can make edits to any of the screen. They have global selection, which lets me edit the entire page. Section edit allows you to edit just any particular element within the screen. And text edit, you can just simply change the headings. Let's say I want to change this to my bookings. I can do that. And I can also export this in multiple ways. So you can extract the source code, you can export as HTML, export as PNG, and you can even copy to Figma. So you can directly paste it there and make edits and adjustments on Figma. If you want to try Composo, they're offering a 7-day free trial for new users, and you can cancel anytime with no commitment, so I definitely suggest checking it out using the link in the description. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of using AI-generated interfaces. They lack human touch, and you can tell pretty easily. What I am using this for is testing out layout possibilities and identifying what works and what doesn't, so you don't waste time designing ideas that are flawed from the start. Think of it as a brainstorming tool, not a design tool. It's for exploring ideas, not executing ideas, for me at least. The visual design, UI components, actual interface, that's where the real design work happens. And that's basically how I use AI to speed up my design workflow. First, it's supposed to help you, not replace you. It's there to handle the tedious stuff so you can spend more time on the actual design thinking and creative process. And second of all, don't just take what AI gives you at face value. Question it, refine it, make sure that it aligns with the user needs and the project goals. At the end of the day, AI does not make you a better designer, but it can make you a more efficient one. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.